Dolly.
I want to fight.
Oh, you want something too, old man? Huh? No.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Pink Tales. Tonight we are covering the Baddies Midwest Reunion Part 2. So if you've missed that episode, don't worry. I got you covered, girls. Stay tuned.
That's what I said.
Round one.
Welcome back to another episode of Pink Tales. What's up, Pink Tailies? Now, I know I'm a little late with covering this episode. Your girl had a lot of stuff to do. I had to do my studying. I had to do my homework. I had to take care of my household, but I still have you covered. But on this episode, part 2 of Baddies Midwest Reunion, the episode started off with DTB and Rolly continuing to fight. Now, these girls went 3 rounds. I don't know about y'all, but I felt like I was watching kids at the playground fight over the last swing. That was the most clumsy, flimsy fight I've ever seen in my life. What y'all doing? Go sit down somewhere. You had DTB all on the floor busting splits and dancing around stage and saying she wanted to fight. She wanted to fight everybody but Teseki, girl. But shout out to you, DTB.
Why y'all fighting again?
What's Dolly? What's the big?
Why are y'all fighting? I feel like we got 3 different answers. So the first time, Rolly stated that they were fighting because she came out, DTB came out, and she slapped Natalie. And then the second time she stated they were fighting was because DTB was talking mess online. Now, allegedly, DTB went on the internet basically saying that she didn't like how Rolly was doing Slim. I don't know if y'all seen that episode, but Rolly and Slim actually fought a few times, and there was other girls in the house, for example, Summer, that inserted themselves into Slim and Rolly beef, and Slim had a fight with a few of the other girls. So, now I do agree with this statement. Now, coming from DTB, hold on, wait a minute now. Now, DTB, we love you as one of the fan favorites as well. However, my girl, you was just on the audition throwing lashes into the crowd, getting the girls to fight and all riled up over some lashes. Now, double standard here. You just wait 1 second. Go and pick a side. Either you're going to be a good Samaritan or you're going to be with the foolishness. Go and sit down somewhere. Now, another answer we got as to why DTB and Rolly were fighting was because Natalie was upset that DTB and Anna, apparently they were hanging out together, and DTB allowed one of her friends to fight Anna. Now, Natalie was saying, if you guys are going to go out together, the baddies are going to go out and hang out with each other, make sure each other are good, y'all protecting each other. I totally agree, because if we're not going to rock out together, we're not going to protect each other, what are we going out together for? So I totally understand that one, Miss Nat.
Turning up, and you have outside friends jumping in and whipping and fighting and kicking, and you're just recording. I had a problem with that. Okay. That was my issue.
So now DTB and Natalie, they're going back and forth. In the heat of the moment, DTB gets frustrated, and she was like, what, you want to fight? Natalie was like, I don't have to fight you, but if that's what you want to do, we can do that. Girls like you are nothing to me. I drop girls like you. That's basically what she told her.
Long time. I've been doing this for a long time.
If you sitting up there trying to fight your boss, everybody's asking and wondering the same question, honey.
She fired?
Child, Natalie played so much she left room for open interpretation. Y'all figure that out. Is she coming back or not? Comment below. Let me know what you think about that one.
This is what I do.
Diamond on fire
And
now.
I say bye-bye.
Yeah.
Baby, the jungle was jungling.
Big Lex, not the little one. Summer, none other. And Bad Dolly.
Okay, Tallies. So, in the next scene, there was just so much going on. Out comes Summer, out comes Dolly, out comes Big Lex. And as soon as these ladies hit the stage, it's like they scoped the scenery, and once they found who they were looking for, which was Scotty the Body, these ladies rushed Scotty. And if you've been watching Baddies for a while now, you should know that if you run up on Scotty, you are bound to get her foot to your face before y'all get to rumbling for real. Now, in this scene, Bad Dolly Dolly, Big Legs, and Summer, they run up to Scotty. Scotty hits Summer with the Jet Li kick 3 times before Dolly comes up and she punches her. Now, it was that punch that ultimately caused Scotty to fall down off the couch. So Scotty and Summer, they are on the ground. Big Legs comes over. She tries to help Summer, but before she can go over to help Summer, Jayla comes over and she hits Big Legs. Once Big Legs realizes who hits her, she turns around like, yes, I need that. That's what I was waiting for. I want that. Now, in the corner, you have Teseki and Dolly because Teseki sees Dolly go over and try to help Summer and Legs. So Teseki stops that. She throws up her set, and these two are getting ready to rumble. Like, Tellies, it was so much going on in one scene. But Tellies, I got us covered. We finna dissect this thing. Now, up next, we have Dolly and Teseki. But before we go into that, this is just my personal opinion. I saw that Big Legs was trying to get her one with Anna. Big Legs was trying to get her one with Scotty. And I just don't like the idea that Summer was able to run her one with everybody, no matter what size they were, big, small. I just personally feel like when it came to Big Legs running her one, she was trying to get with Scotty, she was trying to get with Anna, she was trying to get at Jayla, and I just feel like the security did work a little harder to block Legs from getting her ones with the people who she should have got her ones with as well. That's just my personal opinion. But back over here to Dolly and Teseki. Now, Teseki's got her set up, Dolly has her set up. Dolly runs up. Now they're both swinging. Now, just a breakdown of this. So Dolly, she's swinging. She does get maybe a few licks in. Teseki's doing what Teseki normally does. She's swinging. And then eventually you do see for a brief moment where she does drop Dolly, but Dolly gets back up and she starts swinging again. So the first round, I'm going to personally say Teseki did win the first round. Now, did she just whoop Dolly like she did E.T. and like she did DTB? No. But the first round, she did whoop Dolly. Dolly may have got a few hits in. Teseki was doing her regular thing. Again, Dolly did fall, but she got back up and security broke them up. Now, Tellies, on the second round, Dolly did better. Her and Teseki, they are going at it. They are both throwing punches. And on the second round, Dolly did make Teseki stumble a little bit. Now, on the second round, I'm going to say it was a tie. Again, Teseki didn't just beat Dolly like she did the other girls. Dolly actually made her work a little harder for this fight. So again, Teseki did her regular thing. Dolly, I'm super proud of Dolly. Dolly stuck in there and she did not just let her beat her up. And both girls walked away with all of their teeth in their mouth. And that is how that fight ended. Okay, Telly, so up next we have Anna versus Summer for like 3 seconds. Anna sees Summer and she goes over and she tries to run her fade with her real quick. They maybe get like 4 to 5 swings in, then the security guard jumps in and breaks that up. And then after the security guard breaks it up, you have Anna standing by the couch and out of nowhere, Lex comes and she just leaps over the couch and she grabs Anna for maybe like 3 to 4 seconds. But behold, Jayla comes over and she runs to Anna's rescue. The security guard, they come over and they break that fight up. I'm telling you, there was just so much going on in one scene. Too many fights going on, security guard all over the place. But like I said, eventually they worked a little bit harder to block Lex. Up next, Summer spots Jayla. So Summer and Jayla, they run up on each other. Looks like Jayla tried to grab Summer by the head and uppercut her, but Summer kept her head held high, literally. And she was actually still swinging while Jayla was attempting to, you know how she wraps her arm around the girl's neck and used the right hand to keep going. But Summer was swinging at the same time and speed of her. So nobody actually won that fight. But you do see where Scotty spotted the girls fighting, and she ran over and jumped in to help Jayla with Summer. So they jump her for maybe 0.2 seconds. You do see where Lex comes over, and she attempts to help Summer, but again, here comes the security, and they hold Lex back, and well, she actually was able to reach her hand through and snatch whatever Jayla had on her head. I'm not sure if it was her cap. Looks like she snatched her cap off of her head because the wig was already gone. But after that, they had broke it up, and that was the end of that round. So Jayla and Summer, they get a clean round. They literally fight for maybe 6 seconds. They both put their setup, and they're swinging, and they're missing, then they're connecting. Then the security guard gets in the middle. You see Jayla tries to swing around the security guard. I think she got Summer's neck. But that is how that round ended. Now, after that, let me just pause. Miss Natalie was killing me walking around trying to offer everybody a shirt. These girls are not trying to get a shirt right now. They're trying to get their face. Some are ducking and some are giving, some are taking. Don't nobody want a shirt right now, Miss Nat. Go sit down somewhere. Now, Big Lex sees Jayla, and she runs over and she tries to attack Jayla. But in the midst of trying to attack Jayla, Big Lex ends up slipping and she falls. Santana tells her, Lex, calm down so you can get your one. And that is how that scene ended. So Telly's up next, we have Summer and we have Scotty. Listen, Summer was the MVP of the reunion. Summer was running her face with everybody. Anyway, she spots Scotty, and she runs over, and her and Scotty start windmilling, swinging. Summer did end up knocking Scotty down, and they did fight for a few seconds. I'm going to give that round to Summer. Then you have Jayla comes over, and she attempts to help Scotty, and the security guard, they come over, they get in the middle, but then you see briefly where Jayla and Summer, they end up running around, and Lex comes over to try to help her friend, but there she is again. She is stopped by the security guard, and that is how that scene ended.
I got you, Scotty. Come on, Scotty. I got you, mama.
Let go. I don't want to be held.
Okay, so now we have Scotty and Summer getting ready to run another round. So you see Scotty throw up her set, you see Summer throw up their set, they approach each other, again they start windmilling. They windmill, they back and forth swinging, then you see where Scotty grabs Summer by her neck and slings her, and they both fall on the ground. Looks like Summer ended up on top of her, but again there's a security, and they break it up. You see Anna comes out, she's trying to run over to help Scotty, but the security stopped her as well. And that is how that scene ended with those two girls. Now, Anna gets loose, and she runs out, and she goes, and she throws her setup, and she's about to fight Summer. So her and Summer, they start going at it. They're swinging. Next thing you know, DTB comes up from behind Summer, and she jumps in and attempts to help Anna. Now, this one did not make any sense to me, because what is DTB's beef with Summer? Plus, Summer and Anna, they're in the same weight class. Stay out of this. Why are you jumping this, my girl? Don't sit down somewhere. If you wanted to help her, you should have helped her when y'all was out at the club that night when your friend was fighting her. Anyways, so nobody didn't win that fight. You do see where Summer kind of slings Anna down the steps. Then the security gets in the middle, and that was the end of that fight. But I really didn't like that. Look, why you jumped in? Sit down somewhere. That was not your fight. Anyways, up next, outside things get personal, of course, with Anna and Biggie. So Anna's upset with Biggie. She said that she feels like Biggie does not have her back. She was out there yelling, stating Biggie let her get jumped, and she was questioning, why did Scotty and Jayla have my back more than you, and you are supposed to be my best friend. Now, if you've been watching Baddies long enough, you know one of the things that Big Dominican do, Biggie's a cool girl, but Biggie does run her mouth, and when it's time to put your fist where your mouth is, Biggie just she doesn't want to fight. She sits there and she runs her mouth, and it just seems like they have to push her to fight. But Biggie just told Anna that, stop projecting your life on me. I am not a fighter. And Anna ends the scene by saying that she does not want to be messed up with Biggie. Biggie is not her best friend no more. She is not rocking out like that. Biggie's like, stop disrespecting me. The girls just agree to disagree, that they're not going to be friends anymore. And that is how that scene ends. Now, I'm not sure if this is the end of Biggie and Anna's friendship. Comment below. Let me know what you think about that one. I know the girls have been going back and forth on social media. I'm not sure if their friendship is over for real, but their relationship has been rocky off and on for some time now. But I really want to know what y'all think about that one. Comment below. Let me know what you think.
Nigga just let me get jumped. You watch your friends get jumped.
Fighter, you're mad!
Get jumped.
You're shit on me! Stop projecting your life on me!
Woo, there is so much to cover on this next scene too, Tailies. So on this scene, you have Ivory and Pretty P. They end up coming out. Ivory comes to the stage. Ivory does not greet anybody. She goes straight to Big Lex. So Ivory and Big Lex, they end up getting their one. They throw their set up. They're throwing. Now, in my opinion, Big Lex, she's really good when it comes to swinging with Ivory. I feel like Ivory does use her weight when it comes to Big Legs, and that's how she gets the advantage sometimes. In this case, she did use her weight. They end up falling on the floor, and she did get on top of Big Legs. The security did end up coming to break that one up. They actually end up going another round. On the second round, Big Legs end up, I feel like the second round, I would give that to Big Legs. They were throwing more punches. They were on the ground for most of the time this round. And again, like I said, when it comes to when they're standing up, Big Legs has the advantage because she is better at throwing punches versus being locked up and on the ground with Ivory. So the first round, I would give that to Ivory. And then the second round, I would give that to Big Legs. So up next, you have Pretty P and Summer. Pretty P and Summer, they get their one. They are throwing punches. They are pushing up against each other so bad to where they broke these people's screen in the back. Now, after Pretty P and Summer get their one, Ivory spots Summer, and when Ivory spots Summer, Lord, she grabs Summer by her little head and pulls Summer. Ivory grabbed her by her head, not her hair, her head with her left hand, and started uppercutting Summer with her right hand. Poor Summer. But the reason Ivory ended up grabbing her was because during that time that Ivory and Lex had their one, the second round, Summer did jump in. I do see where Jade and Alexis, she had some words to say. Lord have mercy. Well, Jade and Alexis, she had a few words to say. She was upset. Like, it looked like she was trying to get at Summer, too, for Summer jumping in. But anyway, you do see where Big Ivory also, she spotted Dolly. And when she saw Dolly, she did pull Dolly from behind off of the couch. You see them throw some punches, but Dolly ends up tripping over the steps behind her. And when she falls, all you see is Ivory grab her by her head, not her hair. And she's just giving her straight uppercuts to the face. And that is how the whole scene ends. But Tailies, what are y'all thoughts on Dolly versus Teseki? Do you guys think Anna and Biggie will be friends again? How do you guys feel about Big Legs not being able to run her one with Scotty? And as far as Big Legs versus Ivory, who do you think won those rounds? Yeah, comment below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next week, thanks for watching.
Right here. I seen the hit that made her break it to
But I
Biggie
will
different.
say this.
I was right here.
Man, the bitch